Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 5 of the Self Care for Principal series. My name is Daphne Walbridge from the First Year Principal, and I help new principals, first year principals, not only survive but thrive as new educational leaders. I do this through conscious leadership, through creativity, and through connection. So, welcome. If you're new to my page, please say hello. Let me know where you're listening from. I'm very happy to be here with you today. And if you're catching the replay, just type in hashtag replay and again, let me know where you're listening from. So, this morning we're wrapping up our self care week for principals, and we're going to be talking about the importance of having rituals in our lives. Two key rituals to be specific, which will help us integrate what we've learned this week. So, just to, if you're new to this series, you can always go back to the videos that I've posted this week. And we've talked about boundaries. We've talked about the importance of having your tribe, a community for support. We've talked about how to create an unshakable mindset. So important, especially when you're launching into your first year. There's so much doubt and insecurity and fear, which is all normal. So, how to create an unshakable mindset. And yesterday we tapped into the power of stillness and the importance of meditation and how that creates a pause and helps us better filter ourselves before we react. So today we're going to wrap things up and talk about two rituals to help us integrate these practices into our day-to-day lives. So again, as you're rolling in, just let me know who's listening, who's here. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me properly. I love to see who's online. Okay, so the importance, just before I tap into the rituals, I want to talk about why I decided to create this series this week. Because if we don't invest in our well being, and this might be common sense, but it's often uncommon practice. So, the importance of wellness and these rituals is that we're putting currency in our wellness bank account, as I've mentioned earlier on this week. And so, when everything is fine in our lives, it's perfect. You know, we're doing well, there's no stress, things are rolling nicely. But it's when these difficult moments present themselves, and trust me, there will be because that is life. Then we can go tap into that bank account. We can make withdrawals because we've built it up over time. When things are going well, you keep up your spiritual practice and your wellness practice, because when the wheels will hit the road, you can tap into that bank account and your rebound time will be quicker. That's where the gold lies, the rebound time, because we will hit rock bottom sometimes. We will have these moments of stress and challenges, but because we've built up our wellness reserve and we build resilience through this and strength, and we've tapped into our innerness, then we're able to bounce back a lot quicker. And that's what we need, because like I've mentioned, being a principal and being in this high stress environment is a marathon, and you need to really pace yourself. So let's dive into the rituals. So of course I'm going to talk about the morning ritual. That is key, and also an evening ritual. So this week we've talked about meditation, I even mentioned journaling in there. We've talked about setting boundaries and all of those great things. But when we start off our day, it's really the prime time to review our calendar, set those boundaries, to create an unshakable mindset by reading great literature, by listening to audiobooks, by moving our bodies, by exercising, because you'll notice as of now, I haven't talked about exercise and diet and all that. We know that that's part of a wellness ritual. I wanted to think outside the box and present something new to you, okay? So the morning ritual, I will talk about exercise right now, and I'm going to talk about learning and all that, because that can be done in the morning. And I elaborate a lot more on the morning power hour in the first year principal toolkit. There is a 30-minute webinar where I go into greater detail as to how you can craft your own power hour. So I've put the link in the description box above. Feel free to check it out. But having the morning ritual before you start off your day, where you get up a little bit earlier, let's say an hour earlier than your regular time. I'm fond of 5 a.m., 4:45, but I'm not asking you to do that. You don't have to faint on me now because I want you to listen to my talk. But I would recommend getting up earlier so you have that precious alone time to learn something new, listen to a book, take a little online class and do a module maybe of that. Meditate for 10 minutes, journal, set your intention for the day. Just set yourself off on the right foot. I've been doing this for over 10 years and I can't tell you how much it's been incredibly beneficial to me. And on a quick side note, I remember before Phoebe was born, my friends would kind of laugh at me saying, "Well, you just wait till you have a kid. You won't be doing that anymore. You'll be sleeping in." And, you know, I never stopped. Even though my child would wake up 3 times a night till the age of 3, I still woke up early, even though I was exhausted and I dragged myself out of bed. Because I needed that time to create, to think, to be by myself, to learn. That was my oxygen. So if you don't have a morning routine, I highly, highly recommend you do this. And it's the ultimate gift you can give to yourself, you know, because you need to think of your own needs, and there's nothing selfish about that. Okay, so the morning routine is very, very important. It will create that unshakable mindset. It will just boost your energy and elevate you on all levels: physical, spiritual, mental. Now you go through your day, and what I've started, and you go through all these challenges or these moments, and you're, putting out fires and all that. Now, what I recommend is in the evening, and I've started doing this as well, is to create a nighttime ritual. And by nighttime ritual, I mean maybe an hour before bed. And this is where the notifications come off. Remember at the beginning of the week, I spoke about notifications, the emails, the Facebook, the Instagram, all that jazz. Get off the social media for an hour before going to bed, and spend some time for yourself, meditating, maybe another 10 minutes, journaling. And if you're going to journal, you might want to write down what went well. What were your wins for the day? I ate well, I walked 10,000 steps, I had a great conversation with one of my teachers. A little anything. You can go through your day and jot down all the things that went well. Now, what does that do? It creates another boost just before going to bed. You're not watching the news, you're not filling your mind with white noise and junk and crap and all that stuff that we see online. And you're celebrating and validating everything well that's happened today. And that's very important because we do so many things well, but we never take the time to celebrate them. We always focus on what went wrong. And there might be one thing that went wrong and 20 things that went well, and for some reason we're conditioned to always go towards the negative. So this is a form of reconditioning. Okay, so I highly encourage you do this. Maybe invest in some nice oils and creams and bath soaps, and have a nice bath as well. Drink plenty of water or some decaf herbal tea. Make this nighttime ritual something you're going to look forward to. I even started doing some yoga, some light stretches in the evening as well. So this is very important. You want to start the day off on the right foot, but you also want to end it on the right foot as well. And that'll help you sleep well and then wake up fresh and ready to take on your morning power hour. So I hope this was of service. It wraps up our wellness week. If you have any comments or resources that you enjoy related to the morning power hour or meditation or boundaries or anything we've talked about this week, please feel free to share it here in this community. I'd love to learn from you as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Next week, we're going to be talking about how to create a strong staff culture in our school and why that's important. Well, because when you have a strong staff culture, they're happy, they're thriving, they're feeling expansive. And what happens? That permeates into the classroom. And when teachers are happy and fulfilled and feel creative, then the children are happy and creative and fulfilled and well. And that's why we're here, isn't it? It's for the kids. So before I close off, I want to remind you that these self-care practices are in what we would call the quadrant 2. So if you've read Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he talks about quadrant 2 work. And if you've read this book, just let me know. Give me a thumbs up right now. Very good book. Okay, it's like the Bible of leadership, really. Quadrant 2, just to give you a refresher, is it's considered activities that are important but not urgent. And 90% of our daily activities should be in quadrant 2. And self-care is in quadrant 2. It's not urgent, but it is important. So that's why a little bit every day, micro steps, a little 10-minute walk, 5-minute meditation, drinking more water, all that stuff, setting boundaries, they accumulate like the onion, the peel of an onion, layers and layers and layers. And what that does is that over time, that's when you feel expansive and well and resilient. Okay, so always remember the quadrant 2, that's where you want to focus your time and energy. What's important but not urgent. You don't want to be reacting to life, and you want to be in control. And these practices will help you stay in control, focused, and well. All right. Yeah, that's what I had to say today. I really enjoyed my 5 sessions with you this week. And next week, staff culture, and I'm sure you're going to love it. It's going to be a 4-part series next week. So have a great weekend, everybody. And don't forget to let me know what you think about this talk and any other talk that I've given this week. Give me your impressions, okay? And we'll keep the conversation going. Bye for now and have a great weekend.